Now, to finish up with the wash and condition, and I've already washed, conditioned, I've already moisturized and sealed all my scalp. So I take a little bit of the moisturizer spray that I mentioned earlier, and I actually just spritz a little bit over the braiding hair, just a little bit. Sometimes I do that, but I also make sure to get my nape and my cornrow at the back, because I just braid everything back and braid all the way around, so I make sure to get that. I just want to add a little bit more. I go in and I make sure that, like, all my pieces are where they need to be. Now, as for the front portion, I'll show you. Like, it's kind of pushing back because I've had it in for a while, so I just gently tug them to get them to lay where I am trying to lay them. And of course, I'm about to quickly show you like how I apply my gel to it. And I do keep a little bit of water nearby, or sometimes spritz with in case it starts feeling too dry. Right now I don't have my water bottle with me, so I'm going to spritz a little bit of mine. I take like this much gel, which is like a teeny tiny amount of gel, and I just work it on my fingers, and I'm just going to rub it over the hair. Actually, just a little bit of gel, not too much. And then I'll go back in and also do this to define. I just kind of find each strand, pull and drop. I like to use the pull and drop method of doing it. Like, I find the strand, each crochet strand, pull and drop, and I do this throughout my hair. Sometimes I get a little lazy in the back though, but you know, it all ends up defined. And I'll also try to insert a photo of it once it's completely dry, so you can see how it looks completely dry. I just take that one section and that's done. So I just move on to another section. It's just water running. Alright, so I move on to the next section. And I take it, a nice size section, and I'm going to do the same thing. Just a little bit of gel. I just start at the bottom and work it up. It doesn't take a lot of gel. For me, it didn't take a lot of gel. The first time I ever applied gel to the hair, I did apply a lot of gel, because what happened was, after it was done, I did it on a Saturday, so I went to church on Sunday, and when I came home, I just wanted to define it a little bit more, so I decided to go in with a little bit of gel and water, and I actually liked the result, because I just wanted to tame it a little bit, because it was really big. So you just want to take your scissors and go in and cut as you see fit to cut, and I just take another nice size section. And sometimes my gel might increase depending on the size of the section. And I'm just rubbing it over the section first in search of anything that needs to be clipped. And I'm looking for anything, any little ends or stragglers and stuff, any of the sorts. And I just take a little bit more gel. If I have a lot of strands, I just take a little bit more gel. And I just kind of run it through like so. So this wasn't anything really complicated. But so far, it's been good with doing this method. I don't wash it every week. I wash it like every other week maybe. And it sometimes depends on how much buildup I feel I ended up accumulating. So I wanted to go ahead and wash. Because this Saturday will make these crochet braids 3 weeks. So far so good. And I'm going to just hold it out and cut. And I also take it and kind of just finger comb. Like when I get in the back, I just do finger comb also. Because my arms get a little tired from all that. So I'm trying to like flick the hairs off my hand. So I just take a little bit more gel. Sometimes, like I said, I increase the amount. Because I have a large chunkier section. I'm just going to rub it up the section first. And the hair is not completely dried out yet. So that's why I'm not spritzing anything. But I will spritz a little bit water over it and give it a little shake. Sometimes I do that as well, but right now I'm just going to go in and cut. So I hope that this is helpful, because I knew that I was a little bit iffy about washing my crochet braids. I didn't know how they would turn out. I didn't know, if this would pose a problem, if this would make them slip out or cause some slippage. But so far, nothing has happened to them, so I was very impressed with that. And you're going to see I have a lot of strands of hair in my hand. I'm just going to cut. And I just kind of cut the shape So I'm going to try to get through doing all of it. Hopefully I can get through all of it on camera without taking too long. Because generally it's not a very long process. Sometimes it is, depending on, I guess, how I feel that day. So today, it was rainy. I was going out to work out this morning, but it was rainy. So I opted to say, well, I'll go ahead and wash my hair. And I will do my workout a little bit later. Probably end up having to do something inside. So we will see. Because it's pretty much wet out there. And like I said, raining. So we will see. But hopefully this rain clears up for the Mother's Day weekend. Though we did need some rain because it was very hot and dry here. Still just laying the gel on. Finger combing because it's not really tangled at all. You may get a little tangle here or there, but not so much so. And I'm just cutting. Because I will go back once it starts to dry and also recut again for shape. To ensure that I have the shape the way I wanted it to be. So I'm taking another small section. Another dollop of gel. And just working it a little slower. Because I tend to try to work it through quickly. But, you know, working it through fast to try to kind of get it defined. Finger combing. Separating it into more sections. Because I'm almost done, so I just want to separate it even more. And just kind of fill and drop in the front for sure. I do that to make sure that I'm having individual curls in the front for sure. Because the back normally doesn't give me too much clumping together. And you're just going to add the gel. Okay, I'm looking at it and I'm looking at some things that needs to be cut. So I just go in and snip quickly. Add some gel and drop it. Now I'm not 100% sure how it looks because I can't really look in my camera and see. But I can feel more strands need to be clipped. So I clip them and I just remove a little bit more hair. And I give it a slight shake. When you do that, cover your face. So cover my face and give it a little small shake. Just kind of start the side, flip flop. You don't want to touch it too much. Just want to allow it to dry, but this is how it looks right now. And I will definitely come. Okay, so before I accidentally cut off my camera, like I was saying, I just allow it to air dry. And I also sometimes go in and spritz a little bit water. Just a little bit more water to ensure that I have it moist, like dampened enough to make sure that the gel takes on the curls. So I take a little bit of gel sometimes and I kind of go in at the top, just where the crochet braids are on top, to make sure that it really looks kind of smooth. And like I said, even though they were a little pushback, I just slide them forward because they are able to slide. If anyone wants to see how I install them, just let me know and I will attempt to, show you a little bit of the installation process. Because I actually don't use it. Do not use a latch hook. I actually use a super meta grip bobby pin to install the hair. Because I've never been a fan of the latch hook. I tried the latch hook before I bought a latch hook and it actually broke. Like, it just broke before I even got the chance to use it. I was, putting the hair in, I was putting it through the cornrow and it broke. And so I was like, okay, I'm not going to try to worry myself with that. So I'm going to use the best method I know how, which is with a bobby pin. So this is basically all I'm doing. And I don't want to touch it too much once I do finally stop trimming and let it set. The key for me is to not touch it so much, but I'm looking for anything that is frizzy or that's scraggly. I just want to cut it away. And I want to hit it with the water again. Just a few spritz. Spritz is not too many. And I go underneath that bottom of it and spritz as well. And I want to cover my face and give it another shake. And basically, I'm going to let this dry. It is going to be a few hours before it's absolutely dry. And sometimes it'll dry like at the tips in the middle, but like in the back of my crochet braids, like the crochet, not my cornrows, but the extension hair will still be damp. But it's fine because it's dry, like on the ends and the outer portions. But I just wanted you all to see what I did and how it looks. I'm not sure how it looks in the back, but once it dries, I can kind of, you know, place it where I want it to go. But this is it, and it's still intact. And I didn't do anything. I do have like where I bind it together at, like to make my part and stuff. So I am sure to make sure that that piece is nice and snug, just by simply taking it and pushing down a knot. And that's pretty much it. And I just make sure that I check my hair. But like I said, I don't do too much touching, so this is all for the touching right now. And I'll just let you get a look. And I think it still is defined and it still looks, you know, decent enough for another week or two of wear. Because normally I leave them in for like 2-3 weeks and I'll take it down. So this time I'm trying to extend that, the wear time on my crochet braids. Because I really like them. I feel like the older the hair gets, the better it starts to look. It looks a little bit more natural, in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. So here is what it looks like after the wash. I don't know if you could see, I don't want to touch too much, but you can kind of still see the definition. So I'll be back once it gets dry to show you how it looks dry and also tell you about how I maintain it at night. Thanks for watching.